Okay, welcome back to the Hot Stove. Mr. Stover couldn't be here tonight. I'm his replacement, Alex Wilson. Our guest today is Mark Gustin, a representative from BMW, and he is here to analyze the strategy of BMW and tell us what makes BMW BMW. Mark, how are you doing tonight?
Not too bad, Alex. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Mark, we're gonna shoot you some questions, and you can answer them to the best of your abilities without giving away too much into BMW.
Right.
Sound okay?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, first of all, no surprise, bad economy since 2008. Has BMW changed their strategy or how they go about business to incorporate or allow lower income families or people access to BMWs?
You know, that's a great question, Alex, and we actually wrestled with that a lot in our corporate meetings, but at the end of the day, we decided not to. BMW is connected with a name. We have a focused differentiation strategy. We aren't trying to sell to everyone. We have a specific target market, and that's white-collar professionals, specifically with the upper middle class to upper class individuals, and we stand by that. If we take that away, it takes away the value of that emblem, that BMW emblem.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Mark, and I'm told that you actually, or BMW, put together some sort of video or a clip of something. Can you give us a hint about that?
Yeah, sure. We actually put together a short film regarding customer opinion about what they think about BMW, and we actually used a small town in Mount Pleasant, Michigan to do this. So why don't we go ahead and roll this film?
Hello, my name is Laura Kozarowski, and I'm going to be out in the field today to get the inside look of what the average consumer's perspective of BMW is. We will be asking multiple different people 2 different questions. First one will be, why do they feel BMW is successful? And the second one is the first word that comes to their mind when they hear BMW's name.
Okay, Dr. Williams, why do you think that BMW is a successful firm?
I would say BMW is successful based on their brand. If you look at the BMW brand and what it represents in the marketplace, and look at the buyers of that brand, it definitely resonates something than its competitors. So they have a high degree of commitment to quality, and that's part of their marketing. If you watch their advertisements and how they communicate to buyers, it is a commitment to quality, pursuit of excellence, and what that, again, all that's building up to what the brand means in the marketplace. On the production side, I think they also take extra care in their production during the production process, design phase, and then the production process, which again leads to quality results in the marketplace.
Why do you think BMW is a successful firm?
I think BMW is a successful firm because they are a brand name car company, and they've been on the market. They've been selling their cars for a really long time, and I also think that they're very popular because they really appeal to the luxury American dream type, person.
Okay, so why is BMW successful? I think that they've got a interesting culture. I think the caring attitude for the employees, which is manifested in that they don't try to replace them necessarily, automate everything. And when there are employees that are working in places, they tend to focus on the ergonomics of the task and build the tasks to the person rather than pushing quotas or that sort of thing. And then plus that seems to spur an innovative spirit from the employees too, getting that two-way feedback.
As you can see, BMW is everywhere.
What is one word that comes to your mind when you think of BMW?
Classy.
Thank you.
Sleek.
A car.
Luxury. Fast.
Nice cars.
Luxury.
Awesome. It seems that the overall consumer consensus for BMW is pretty positive. Now let's go back to the studio for further analysis.
Okay, that was kind of a cool video. Thank you for bringing that, Mark.
No problem.
Getting back to the questions, what are some unique characteristics regarding innovation at BMW? They have a lot of, cool things that differentiate BMW from everywhere else. Can you tell us about those, or things maybe on the stove right now?
Sure, yeah. And these are definitely in the hot stove right now, so say things.
Yeah.
One, first off, is our BMW app. This app allows you to, via your mobile phone, be connected with your car without actually being in it. So if you'd like to start your car, lock your car from a distance away, it's absolutely a fantastic thing for travelers and for families who are moving around.
Now, can you do social media? Is there voice control stuff with that? How in depth has BMW went with this idea?
Yeah, it's still going through testing right now, but it is to the point where it's voice activated. It has different protocol that allows for the user to develop that app and use it the way that they feel best.
Okay, so it's pretty personalized. Any other major things coming through?
Sure.
Okay.
With obviously the safety issue of looking down and texting or not paying attention to the road, for example.
Right. Yeah.
We actually developed what's called the BMW head-up display,
Okay.
and this actually displays information on the windshield so that the driver doesn't even have to look down. They can see their speed. They can see.
Okay, now not to interrupt, but
Sure.
if I'm driving and I'm seeing something on the windshield, is that going to be, are we talking a foot by a foot and it's going to, hinder my ability to see, or what has BMW done to take the safety thing into the picture?
Right. It's actually developed as unintrusive as possible.
Okay.
And so what will happen is it'll show up on the screen. It will not take up the entire windshield by any means.
Yeah.
It'll actually be transparent enough so that you can see it. It's much like if you had a decal on your back window.
Oh, okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. That'd be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Anything else, or?
I guess the last thing
Oh.
I have to mention this with the green economy, the green marketing,
No, of course.
is the BMW Active E, and that is our 100% electric car. It has been developed in the past couple of years here, and we're finally starting to hit the ground running with rolling that product out. And we're hoping to, within the next year and a half, to have some more substantial progress.
Is that going to be a typical e-car where you're losing, the luxury things, or is
No,
BMW
not at
still
all.
maintain that?
Not at all. I mean, like I mentioned before, with the focus differentiation
Right,
strategy, our customers expect that image of luxury, those leather seats,
Right.
the interiors, everything, all the gadgets and gizmos, so to say.
Okay.
So we made sure to add those features in. It's just touching on being good to the environment.
So it definitely sounds like BMW, even in the bad economy recently, still has some people getting under the hood, so to speak. I
Definitely.
like that. Okay, Mark, regarding integration with BMW, would you consider that BMW does more backward or forward integration regarding their products? And, if possible, maybe give some examples so the viewers understand where you're coming from.
Of course. Well, I would say that predominantly we backward integrate more often than not.
Okay.
We like to keep our production and manufacturing costs low. An example of this would be having some of our car parts from our 5 Series cars manufactured from an outside supplier. What this means is that we'll buy those parts back from the supplier, actually assemble the car ourselves in our plants, and then go forward from there. They just have the infrastructure where it makes sense to backwardly integrate because we don't have that.
Right.
In terms of forward integration, we always do a little bit of that as well, and this is especially pertinent to our electric car. We're actually setting up recharging stations for those electric car batteries in the San Francisco area so that we can put in that infrastructure for our customers, thereby forwardly integrating.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, Mark, one last question for you. Could you share some examples of the different strategic alliances that BMW has incorporated themselves with? And if possible, without giving too much away with what's going on, maybe give some details of that alliance.
Yeah, wow, that is an exhausting list. But I guess the first one that comes to mind is a partnership that we have with Toyota.
Okay.
And, obviously the Prius is dominating the hybrid car market.
Right.
And because of that, Toyota has many core competencies in terms of this arena, this new arena of fuel-efficient cars. And so we partnered with them to discover new technologies with fuel cells in our batteries. So when our electric car, the Active E, comes out, we'll have the most cutting-edge car available. And this also includes fiber carbon, plating on the cars, and different things that will make it more lightweight, therefore improving the fuel economy. The second one I'll mention, without giving too much away, is the partnership with Crown Plaza Hotels and BMW Motorsports. And with that, we've been able to have a winning record on and off the track. We actually just, with that partnership, one of our cars just won the World Touring Championships.
That was no easy
really
feat.
fantastic
Probably
for us.
pretty.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those very proud moments in the office. So those are the two that I'll share at least.
Okay, I'm sure.
Without giving too much away to audience.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, thank you, Mark. And just to kind of recap for our viewers what we're talking about BMW and their success, things that you hit on, even in bad economy, BMW maintained their position in the market as far as you said, a focused differentiation. So they kept they didn't change their strategy. Some other things, even in down times and all of this, the innovation at BMW still seems to be pretty cutting edge. With you talk about the electric car coming out, the heads up and the app, those all seem to be pretty moneymaker ideas for me. Also, the integration where you guys are able to successfully forward and backwardly integrate to maintain your spot in the market. And finally, BMW, a part of, just you said, an exhaustive amount of alliances, and you shared just 2 with some pretty predominant companies, obviously helps BMW maintain their spot in the market. And speaking of the market, how is BMW doing right now? Are you guys growing, or are you guys kind of at a standstill? If you could share that with us.
Sure. In 2012, it was a year of ups and downs.
Okay.
In the end, we still came out in the green.
Of course.
But at the same time, our car division, our sedan division, was down 10.9% from 2011.
Okay.
But we really attributed this to our focus on other things, such as the electric car. And also, the net profits from that got taken away from the advertising and promotion expenditures that we had, trying to take that market share away from Audi. And what we've seen is that those efforts have worked. We've seen about a 7% increase already this quarter.
That's
so
pretty healthy,
it's very upcoming. In terms of what we're looking for in the future, and this kind of ties into the college graduates who are watching, our financial services group within BMW is actually targeting those college grads, offering them substantial discounts on their leasing options and other financing options that no other financial institution can do. We have the infrastructure in place to allow those individuals to have themselves a little bit of a graduation present. So that's something that we're really looking forward to, and I guess we'll see what happens from there.
Okay, so all you college grads, pay attention. Sounds like BMW's got some things in the work for you. For Mark Gustin, we want to thank him for joining us. I'm Alex Wilson, filling in for Ryan Stover. We want to say thank you for watching The Hot Stove. Tune in next week. Thanks for being here, Mark.
No problem. A lot of fun, actually.